organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, a university student was arrested and charged with attempted murder today after allegedly assaulting a police officer.
And later we'll show you how not shaving for a month can support a good cause.
And in sports, Hawkeye Hoops struggles continue.
All that's coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Thanks for tuning into Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Reed Chandler.
And I'm Megan Grody. A University of Iowa student was arrested and charged Tuesday with an attempted murder after allegedly attacking a police officer downtown early in the month. 20-year-old Brandon Plummer was allegedly interfering with traffic downtown this past weekend when an officer stopped to see what the problem was. Plummer allegedly began fighting the officer, causing cuts and bruises, as well as strangling him and causing him to go unconscious. One witness interfered to stop the fighting, and other witnesses said Plummer told them not to call 911. Plummer then disappeared from the scene, was last spotted on Store's security camera walking through shirtless. Officials arrested Plummer Wednesday morning, and he is still being held at the Johnson County Jail.
Officials also arrested a man in Iowa City last week after he allegedly threatened to kill his wife. 49-year-old Brett Ayers allegedly called 911 to tell police he was going to kill his wife, and his wife told police during the investigation that he had threatened to kill her with a kitchen knife. Ayers allegedly then denied ever threatening his wife before telling police later he had planned to kill her and then himself. Officials added Ayers told them his wife would suffer without him, so he would kill her before committing suicide. Ayers has been arrested and is under hospital evaluation.
The Johnson County Joint Emergency Communications Center requested more money from the County Board of Supervisors Wednesday morning. The center was founded in Iowa City in June of 2010. The purpose of combining all communications between law enforcement in the county with the expectation of UI police. The Board of Supervisors expressed their frustrations at Wednesday's informal meeting, where they agreed a request for an increase in budget after 1 year is not acceptable. The board also said if state code keeps them from denying more money to the JECC, they will try to make a legislative change regarding the center's power to tax.
And eBooks have become the choice for many consumers who like to read in their free time. But how likely is it that textbooks will make that same transition? According to a 2010 New York Times article, Amazon.com reported it sold 143 ebooks for every 100 hard copy books that were sold. However, there was no separation in regards to textbooks versus books read in free time.
Some people prefer to touch a book and sleep with it and read it, and some people... And I think that, there are times when you're traveling and stuff that it's probably nice to have an ebook, and other times when it's nice to have a physical book, and I think both things will continue to be.
Currently, textbooks are mostly purchased in paper copy. However, with companies like Amazon and Barnes & Noble making textbooks more available online, it'll be interesting to see which option students are more likely to buy in the future. With the increase of ebook sales, there was also a 22% increase in sales of hard copy books, according to the American Publishers Association.
And still more to come from Daily Iowan TV. Get a glimpse of a new cancer clinic opening at the UI hospitals.
And see what No Shave November means to some UI students.
Plus, in sports, hear about a freshman wrestler that's now a first choice for Tom Brand's team.
All of this and more to come, but first, here with your local weather forecast is Daily Iowan TV's Nick Rector.
Thanks, guys. Unfortunate news, though, as it looks like the weather will be cooling down even more as we enter the month of December. Thursday morning will be a chilly one with temperatures of 35 degrees with cloudy skies. The clouds will be sticking around all day, though, so don't expect it to heat up any more than 5 degrees in the afternoon. On Thursday evening, temperatures will dip back down to about 30 degrees, so be sure to keep those toes warm. Looking at the rest of the week, Friday will remain similar temperatures, but we may see a little sun. However, there's a chance of 80% chance of rain for Saturday, followed by a cold streak until the middle of next week. Partly sunny skies will accompany the cold weather, but don't expect the temperatures to get much higher than 30 degrees until next Wednesday. That's what you can expect weather-wise for the next few days. Back to you at the desk.
A man was arrested for shoplifting on Tuesday after fleeing a local Hy-Vee food store. 31-year-old Trinity Buckingham was reportedly spotted by Hy-Vee employees stuffing a Hawkeye sweatshirt down his pants and placing a pack of pens in his pocket. He tried to leave the store without paying for the items, but was stopped by workers. Buckingham was held in an office until police could arrive, but allegedly provided false information and did not cooperate before finally lunging toward the exit and bumping into the manager blocking the door. She told officials that she feared for her safety and moved out of the way, and Buckingham was caught by police down the street from the store after employees chased after him and held him down.
A new $12 million cancer clinic has been completed here at the UI and is expected to open on December 5th. The new area is located at UI Hospitals and Clinics on the west end of the Pomerantz Family Pavilion and features 37 exam rooms compared to the current 30, as well as 2 procedure rooms. 12 patients were placed into an advisory committee and helped make the decisions for the clinic, which included more family-friendly areas in the waiting rooms and chemotherapy rooms to increase privacy.
So first, we should recognize the team, and the team includes the nurses, the staff, but most importantly the patients. And so we had a team of dedicated patients that actually came to multiple meetings to look at the features that would really be developed in the new center.
The clinic says they will hold visitor tours in early 2012.
Herman Cain is facing yet another allegation this week regarding his sexual conduct as a woman has publicly announced an alleged 13-year affair. Cain has remained firm on his position as a GOP candidate for president despite all of the allegations within the past month. But Wednesday, Cain admitted to CNN that his team was reevaluating his situation and a decision would be made in the next few days. The latest allegations fall in just after several women came forth with claims of sexual harassment from the former Godfather's Pizza CEO.
UI officials said Wednesday overload pay for current part-time staff has increased by 10%. Overload pay is a system used by the school to pay for a staffer for teaching an extra class during a given semester. This is done in place of hiring a new staff member to cut costs. UI officials say overload pay has been used more because of the economic situation and benefits students because it requires the university to spend more money on a new hire. An education expert from Rutgers University claimed overload pay sacrifices the quality of education, but UI officials say they still stand by their support for overload pay. You can see how overload pay has progressed in the UI in Thursday's pages of the Daily Iowan.
A change on the page of your calendar isn't the only thing November 30th means. Curious? Daily Iowan TV's Josh Bolander has more.
November 30th. To some it means the end to the 11th month of the year, winter coats and leaves dropping from their perches on tree branches. For Hawkeye diehards, it signals the shift of attention from Ferentz's gridiron and the squad's bowl possibilities to whether or not Fran's group can finally make that push into postseason play. And for some, yes, it even means cramming nervously for finals. But for mothers and girlfriends everywhere, November 30th marks the end of a month-long hair-growing fest otherwise known as No Shave November. While the hairy spectacle may be a test of will to most, activity on most social networking sites suggests that outsiders don't really understand why. No Shave November encourages anyone to participate in Movember, which raises thousands of dollars annually for men's health and awareness each year, including prostate cancer. With Movember's website estimating 1.1 million participating in this month's event, it's safe to say that sinks all over the world and Iowa City will be full tonight. Josh Bolander, Daily Iowan TV.
If you're interested in aiding Movember causes without sporting a stylish stash, check out their website at movember.com.
And now for a look at Hawkeye Sports, we have Daily Iowan TV, Ian Martin.
Iowa welcomed Clemson to Carver Hawkeye Arena last night, with the Hawkeyes hoping to create a win streak after a win last Saturday against IPFW. The game was part of the Big Ten ACC Challenge at Carver last night, and some familiar faces taking in the match as the Hawkeyes could have used both Norm Parker's defense and the offense of former shooting guard Adam Haluska on Tuesday. All seemed well early when Zach McCabe puts back Eric May's miss to make it 6-2 Iowa, but that's just one of a few Hawkeye highlights. Aaron White had a dunk when Iowa was down 11, but Clemson put it right back to 2-1s in a row with a dunk by Devin Booker. And then Tanner Smith hits the three off the TJ Sapp assist. Sapp then on the very next Clemson possession, putting his team up by 13, proving that he can make a three of his own. It's a different half, same story, as Andre Smith is able to break the press, and perhaps even he was surprised by how open he was. Josh Oglesby was the only Iowa player in double digits. Leading scorer with 15, had 2 of those there, but the Hawkeye bench's faces say it all. The Hawkeyes now fall to 3-4 on the year, as the Hawkeyes have lost 3 out of 4. And while head coach Fran McCaffrey isn't in panic mode quite yet, sophomore Zach McCabe feels that his team needs to toughen up.
We are better than we're playing right now, and we'll get it figured out. And you always look back and say, boy, it would have been nice if we had a couple more wins. Yeah, it would have been, but we didn't. Okay, what do we have to do to get this team going in the right direction? That's what we're going to do.
I just think we need to be a more physical team. I think, we have sometimes we need to take charges. We need to take, be there, everything. We just need to keep, we need to play harder.
Iowa will try to get back in the W column on Saturday when the Hawkeyes will face Ivy Leaguers Brown at 2 p.m. at Carver Hawkeye. And with wrestling season in full swing, Iowa has some real standouts, including a redshirt freshman in the heavyweight spot.
Redshirt freshman Bobby Telford is making a name for himself in the heavyweight division this season by doing big things on the mat for the Hawkeyes. The 6'4" Delaware native is currently 3-0 this season and has scored a total of 17 points in dual meets, which is more than any other Hawkeye on the team. Now, even though some of his teammates may call him Teletubby Telford, don't let the cuddly nickname fool you. This athlete is equipped with killer instinct and the motivation to take down his opponent and dominate the match. It all started at the Wrestle-Offs earlier this month when Telford beat out teammate and defending Big Ten champion Blake Grazing for the heavyweight spot. Though he trained hard over the summer and improved physically, Telford says that he has made bigger strides mentally.
Tired, it's hard to respond in a physical and mental way. And it's something that I guess with a year that I really got better at, or say really changed. I feel like I have a good response, and I can pick it up even when I'm tired, even at the end of practice. And I feel like that which really gives me my edge.
This mentality and hard work is clearly paying off and is something that head coach Tom Brands would like to trickle down to the rest of his team.
He comes to work with the right mindset all the time, and we love it. It's good for our room because you have a young leader, it's not always, senior leadership. When you wait for a senior to lead, that might not ever happen.
If things continue in the direction they're going so far, there's no doubt we'll be seeing a lot more from Bobby Telford, a big kid with a big future. Annie Satowski, Daily Iowan TV, Sports.
The Hawks open up Big Ten play this Friday night when they take on the 7th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Back to you at the news desk.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Thursday's pages of the Daily Iowan.
Read a preview on the UI's celebration of fighting AIDS for 30 years.
And get the story of a UI alumnus from the Republic of Congo who opened an authentic African restaurant in Coralville.
And before we leave you, let's take one last look at Thursday's weather forecast. We'll see a high of 42 degrees and a low of 20 with mostly cloudy skies.
And that's all the time we have for this edition of Daily Iowan TV. You can tune in tomorrow at the same time or check us out online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.